Hello. In this guide I'm going to show you how to do Vorago from start to finish. At the minute in time everyone is just preparing. Your inventory should look a bit like this. So you need an offhand weapon, your overload, your prayer renewals, adrenaline potions, super restores or prayer flasks or anything which restore prayers. I carry vengeance group runes for stage 3, which I'll go through as we go through it, and rocktails. Your gear should be melee based. I know this is an arcane, but any spirit shield will do. The 30% damage reduction is very useful. Vamp aura or penance is good. Vamp scrimshaw as well is very good. So that's your inventory. Now as soon as everyone gets here, as you can see there's still a few people coming in on the mini map, we will start it. At the start of the fight it's going to give us a message, as you'll see soon. If you select yes, all the players who select yes to the message will be dealt 50k damage between the lot of them. So if 10 people select yes, then it's 5k damage each and you start the boss fight. Do keep in mind that if not enough players select yes, then it can kill people quite easily. Also, if someone dies, then it's wasted. None of you get to fight the boss, so everyone's got to survive the hit, as you will see around about now, or in a few minutes anyway, as soon as everyone gets here. Here we go, starting now. So the challenge Vorago, are you willing to face it? So you select yes, and you can see from the chat at the bottom you've joined the name here. Vorago is charging a massive attack, prepare yourself. So prepare for it. Obviously I have the shield equipped now to maximise life points, but throughout stages 1 and 2, let's say 1, I'm going to have this shield equipped throughout the entire time. So overload and whatnot. Now if you're using melee, pray melee, and obviously also turmoil as well. Now I'm going to activate my auras. Activate aura. Oh no, it's 5 minutes until it's got to recharge, so I'll activate it during this fight. Now as you can see, my ability bar on this stage is very much shield based. It's very much resonance and protect damage. There's no point of dealing massive DPS to Vorago, solely because if you do, it just heals. So you might as well use just heal. Deal what damage you can to drop its HP. As you can see, its HP bar is pretty low at the minute. Right. So as you can see, what we've done is we've lured it into a place, and someone climbs the rocks through there and jumps on top of Vorago's back, which is a cliff around about it's in the northwest corner. Now at the end of every phase, Vorago does 3 jump attacks. If you're near it when it jumps, as you can see, it deals damage. The closer you are to it, the more damage it deals. Now phase 2 this week is simply gravity balls. Now to get the gravity balls to appear, you have to get HP pretty low to be able to get them to appear, and when they appear it will use reflect, which I'll show you in a few minutes, or a minute or so, and you've just got to lure it there. Now on this stage as well, it does a bleed damage and a 4.5k hit to people if it's not provoked off fast enough. As you can see here, its HP is lower, and there's the gravity ball which has just been fired at it from over in that corner. Now it takes a few attempts to be able to actually get the for Vorago to actually be able to kneel down because of the gravity balls, but as soon as it does, then I'll carry on with my explanation with this. Obviously on reflect, don't attack, because if you do, it doesn't hit the boss, it hits someone else in the area, and very often it can lead to people basically being kicked or just general complaints. So as you can see, I've not watched my prayer then, I've let my prayer drop. It doesn't matter. Oh, I'm being attacked with the attack. So as you can see, the damage is basically being dealt to me because it's targeting me with its reflects. That's a really good example of why you shouldn't attack, because otherwise that will happen. Now obviously this team's not bad at the minute, so they all stopped attacking as soon as the reflect happens. Now what you can do is you can barricade the attack, the reflect, and you'll take no damage. But if some nice person decides to stun, then unfortunately you've got to free them and then barricade, which very often is not enough time if you basically got a bad team. And my prayer's dropped again. I really should keep an eye on this. Right, so Vorago reflects damage, not at me this time, it's at someone else. And there's a gravity ball in that corner and it's being fired. Right, as you can see, Vorago's now knelt down and it brings up this. All this means is basically spam your abilities. Now this part, when it stumbles, all you've got to do is deal max damage per second. So change through a dual wielding and use destroy and assault, and that generally is enough damage. As you can see, it helps loosen the weapon. Now, and as soon as that's happened, literally switch back to your shield and you're sorted again. Right, you see these red rocks that it fires at people? That's an unavoidable attack where the minimum it'll hit is 2,000 if you're far away from the Vorago, but the maximum it'll hit is 7,000 if you're close to Vorago, and it's an AoE attack, so anyone who's close to it as it explodes will also take the same damage as what you take. So it's vitally important that you run away and stay away from everyone else as that happens. Now, as you can see, we're 5 minutes into this kill, so it's starting to reflect on someone. So I think it's on Kirkwall at the minute. Right, also, the blue balls as well, it will only fire them at people if they're not in melee range. So any mages or rangers will get hit by them. Now again, they're highly accurate. I don't think you can dodge the damage. Pro mage reduces the damage, but it's highly advisable if you are ranging or maging that you will focus more on healing than you do for damage. And obviously don't go next to the other people if you've got blue balls following you, because otherwise it will hit them as well, because again it's AoE based. Right, so we've had stage, so after reflect, it takes 2 attempts generally to, if it's done right, to be able to loosen the weapon that you need from Vorago for this stage, and it is the longest stage, as you can see, because it has been going a fair while. So next time a gravity ball appears, it should kneel to the floor, and then it will drop the weapon piece after, and you just lower its HP to 0 then, and the phase is done, as you will see. Right, so what I tend to do, especially at the minute in time, is I tend to keep barricade spare. So if your reflect does hit you, you don't die. Because again, it is so easy to die from from the reflect, because if 15 people attack at the same time, you're going to take a lot of damage. So I've just provoked it off someone. So Vorago reflects, but it's not at me. So I don't need to barricade or anything else like that. I just literally run towards the gravity field, the same as everyone else, and as soon as it comes near, fire it. So as basically it's dropping it like that, I tend to switch to my 2H, my dual wielding then, solely because it's easier to be able to pull off a destroy and assault back to back with it. Now what you can do is you can use soul split as it happens, because you will not get attacked, and it does obviously help heal. Now what I would advise is that you heal as much as you can between the stages. Don't worry about keeping up adrenaline, it's not that important. The most important thing is not to die, because if you die it also affects everyone else, because it makes it harder for everyone else. So as you can see now, I'm Vengeance grouping on this stage because the Vengeance hits the minions. Now the objective of this stage is to kill the minions. Now if you kill one of these things before the other one gets stronger. So a good tactic is to basically keep the things very similar to health, a bit like you do with the Dagonoth Sentinels in Dominion Tower. Very similar. Now I don't have a familiar now. My yak's disappeared. Oh, there it is. Right, see, now because the blue balls are targeting me, I tend to stay away from the group, because otherwise everyone gets hit by it, which is a bad thing. Because then again, obviously it can cause people to die and it's not good. Right, stage 4, it starts off with a fire attack. Now the idea is to locate a waterfall within the area. It's in one of the corners, and run behind it before the fire attack finishes charging. So as you can see there it is, it's in that corner. Now I literally always check 2 corners as it's about to start the attack, because if I don't, that's when people get hit, like that guy there. Now the objective, now as you do this stage and dodge the fire attack, it releases clones, where you can't do much damage to Vorago until the clones have been killed. As you can see there, there's a stone campus 5. And as soon as that's dead, and as soon as the others are dead, which are around somewhere, if not dead, there's a stone Vincent. Right, that guy there with the bomb, he's literally just ran away, because otherwise that'd have hit everyone in that area for 7,000 damage, which is bad. So now all the clones have died, they're gone. Now it's fine to literally attack Vorago. Now it will use Reflect in a second, so someone's going to get hit with it. Now, so I would still keep Barricade completely available, just in case it targets you. Now it's not targeted me, it's targeted someone else. I don't know who it's targeted, because this team's pretty good and gets off very fast. Like these 2 guys it's targeted, and some nice person decides to fire a range attack at them. It's in this corner down here. So everyone's running down here now, and again, watch out for the people who are late. There you go, it's just took down 2 people because they were late with running to the waterfall. Now what I do find is that, oh, here we go, we've got a stone clone. So switch to dual wield. Freedom to stop it from stunning you, because that's what it tends to do, and just assault it or destroy it, and it dies very fast. Now what you can do, obviously, is you can use, if Vorago decides to cause a bleed damage on you, use freedom to clear the bleed. Now if it starts attacking people, that's when you start freedom in it. So here we go. So someone needs to provoke off me, otherwise you get hit 4,500. It's very much like that, because they're not taking it off me. Be nice if they did. Now that's obviously bad teamwork. They really should have took that off me before. Now the only reason I survived there is because I used freedom to clear the bleed. Now as you can see there, the only reason that I also got hit with the reflect as well. So it's really easy for Vorago to be able to oh, I've just disabled run. Yep, I'm gonna get hit by that. So if that happens, then obviously just heal to maximum HP as fast as you can to avoid that happening. Oh, another stone clone. So again, heal off it. So dual wield. I've stunned it. I'm going to use freedom now and destroy. So turn prayer back on because the minions disable your prayer as well. So I'm literally got hardly any food left at all. But stage 5 is slightly easier in that respect. So at stage 5, a good idea is to always re-overload at the start, solely because it's damage per second based. So what you want is you want to constantly dual wield and literally smack it with as much as you can. Now, if you get a bomb on you like that guy there, don't try and do damage per second, because otherwise you'll hit everyone in the area for 7k, which very often just kills everyone and wrecks the kill. So literally spam your abilities. That's all it is. It's a spam ability sort of test. If there isn't enough people, like so many people have died during the kill, then you can't knock it back. And because you can't knock it back, it knocks you off the edge. Right, so it's reflecting damage. So walk away, don't attack it, and then wait until it's clear. And soon, basically, a good way to see is to attack it just without using ability after 5 seconds and see if you actually hurt it or whether or not someone else around the area will be dealt the damage. Otherwise, you very much could just be hurting someone rather than damaging the boss. So it's a good idea too. So as soon as the boss gets to the end, basically that's the end of the boss, and the drops will appear. So it literally is very much a pushback. If you don't do enough damage per second, it pushes back and you can't kill it. And that's all it basically is. Now, chances are it might do another reflect in a second, it might not. So I tend not to try and use auto abilities for Alright, so someone's not using them all when they should be. We're literally battering it, and we've pushed it as far back as we can, and they're not using them all. Here we go. So if they use them all, and there we go, we've gone for a kill. So as you can see, he jumps up there and just basically pokes his eye out with them all. And then obviously you get your drop. Do keep in mind this changes every week, so there's no guarantee that next week it will be any better or the same. But I do hope you find the guide useful, and if you do, it's great. To get back out, just use the portal. Thanks.